Hold on tight, because what you're about to hear is one of history's most baffling and chilling mysteries. The Lost Battalion of Gallipoli, soldiers who vanished without a trace, swallowed by the chaos of war, and mysteriously erased from the official record. Are they victims of war, or is there something even more sinister at play? A secret that bends the very fabric of reality. Prepare yourself for a journey into the shadows, where history, science, and nightmare collide. This is the story of the Lost Battalion of Gallipoli, and it's more than just a wartime tragedy. The Forgotten Men of Gallipoli. In 1915, during the bloody and chaotic battles at Gallipoli, 267 soldiers from the Norfolk Regiment vanished amid a dense, luminous fog. Officially, they were lost in combat, an inevitable casualty of war. Their bodies were never recovered, their fate officially sealed in the grim ledger of history. Yet, whispers persisted among soldiers and officers alike. Some claimed they saw men dissolve into the mist, vanish into thin air, or emerge altered, as if swallowed by an unseen force. For decades, this disappearance was regarded as a tragic anomaly, an unexplainable wartime tragedy. But what if it was something more? What if those soldiers hadn't simply died, but had disappeared into a different realm altogether? A seed of curiosity. The classified files. Inside the dark corridors of the British War Office, a handful of investigators examined old war records, files marked only by a single word, Norfolk. These documents detailed an eerie phenomenon, a thick, shimmering fog that seemed to possess unnatural properties. It was described as an energy anomaly, a luminous, almost living mist that could distort light and perception. One historian, Dr. Harold Baines, a retired physicist with ties to military research, uncovered a faded report indicating that the fog was more than weather. It was an electromagnetic disturbance. The report hinted at a resonance pattern, an unknown energy frequency that could bend light and alter molecular structures. It was a phenomenon that defied traditional explanations, suggesting that the soldiers had been caught in a field of electromagnetic resonance, an invisible barrier that could cloak, displace, or even transport matter. The scientific pursuit of invisibility. The early 20th century was a time of rapid technological advancement, with nations racing to harness electromagnetic phenomena for military advantage. The Germans, for instance, were said to have explored Project Fog, attempting to develop cloaking technology based on electromagnetic manipulation. Experiments involved surrounding animals, rabbits, dogs, with coils and oscillators, causing them to shimmer and sometimes vanish entirely. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, the United States was engaged in its own clandestine efforts. At the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard, scientists experimented with magnetic generators designed to render ships invisible to radar. The USS Eldridge became the subject of a legendary tale, the Philadelphia Experiment, alleged to have involved teleportation and invisibility. The final experiment and its aftermath. In 1943, under the codename Operation Eisen Iron Light, Reuters' team conducted a bold experiment. Witnesses later claimed the laboratory was engulfed in a pulsating sphere of light before vanishing entirely. Scientists, equipment, everything, leaving only a scorched circle on the floor and a lingering ozone smell. The official explanation was an accident, but internal reports marked top secret hinted at something far stranger: unexplained energy readings and personnel vanishing without trace. When Berlin fell in 1945, Allied forces uncovered a hidden Nazi laboratory outside Dresden. Amidst the rubble, they found scorched floors and charred documents. Among them, a battered folder labeled Project Nabel. Inside were sketches of electromagnetic coils and a photograph dated August 12, 1915, the very day the Norfolk Battalion disappeared. The photo showed what appeared to be an energy resonance pattern, identical to the anomalies recorded decades later in Dresden. Connecting the dots, a pattern emerges. The discovery was chilling. It suggested that the wartime disappearance of the Norfolk soldiers was not an isolated event, but part of a recurring phenomenon, an electromagnetic resonance capable of displacing matter, distorting space, and perhaps even bending time. This event signature, as later researchers called it, was observed in multiple incidents spanning decades and continents. In the aftermath, secret military programs, initially justified as radar and stealth research, delved deeper. They sought to understand and replicate the phenomenon, believing it could be harnessed as a new form of warfare. The Germans called it Project Fog, the Americans, Project Rainbow. The hidden horror, men disappearing into the unknown. But these experiments did not come without cost. Witnesses and participants reported horrifying side effects, psychological collapse, hallucinations, and the terrifying sense of slipping into another realm. Some test subjects claimed they could see sounds and hear light, sensory distortions that defied explanation. Others returned from the fields of electromagnetic manipulation with haunted eyes, trembling with fear. In 1945, during a test at a secret German lab, an experiment went catastrophically wrong. A generator malfunction triggered a surge of electromagnetic energy, enveloping the entire facility in a blinding flash. When power was restored, the researchers found the room covered in frost. The equipment fused into strange shapes, and several personnel vanished without explanation. The incident was officially recorded as an industrial accident, but insiders knew it was something darker, a glimpse into the terrifying potential of these fields. The Cold War and the sealed files. Post-war, the secrecy only intensified. The Cold War era saw the development of advanced cloaking technology, satellite stealth, and electromagnetic shields. Yet, behind closed doors, experiments persisted, sometimes with disastrous results. In the 1960s, physicists detected energy spikes during classified experiments, matching the resonance patterns of 1915 and 1943. Civilian reports of luminous fogs, disappearing aircraft, and strange static phenomena proliferated, but governments dismissed these as weather or technical glitches. By the 1970s, the term spatial anomalies became a euphemism for phenomena that defied the known laws of physics. Declassified memos revealed efforts to understand non-local field resonances, a technical term concealing the truth. They were probing into the fabric of reality itself. The modern age, echoes of the past. Today, the remnants of these secret projects linger. Modern experiments with high-frequency lasers and particle accelerators occasionally produce unexplained phenomena, brief flashes of light that distort space, strange temperature drops, and equipment failures. In 2015, a team in France recorded a brief space-folding flash during a laser test, reminiscent of the old electromagnetic anomalies. Meanwhile, sightings persist. Pilots over the Atlantic report flying through silver clouds that interfere with instruments. Submarines reportedly vanish from radar for minutes, only to reappear miles away. These incidents mirror the ghostly patterns documented over a century ago, suggesting that the fundamental phenomenon remains active beneath the surface of our reality. The story of the Lost Battalion is a haunting reminder. Some doors, once opened, may never truly close. And in the shadows of science and history lies a truth we are only beginning to glimpse, one that challenges our very understanding of existence.